Welcome to the Smart Weight Loss Coaching Podcast. I'm Dr. Lisa Olson, a board-certified weight loss medicine specialist and certified life coach. In this podcast, I'll share fresh insights and effective techniques for incorporating mindset, habit change, and proven science into your life. Are you ready to achieve sustainable weight loss, wellness, and longevity? Then let's jump in and lose weight the smart way. Welcome back. Today I was attending a women's summer social event, and several of the people there asked me questions about the newest weight loss medications, including one in the pipeline for weight loss that's been getting a lot of press lately. So even though we talked about weight loss medication 4 weeks ago, bear with me because you'll want to know the latest scoop. If you think Ozempic was all over social media when it first came out, wait until you hear the buzz that will surround the soon-to-be-approved triple G treatment, Retatrutide. Actually, the buzz has been building since June 2023, when results of a phase 2 trial were first published in the New England Journal of Medicine. Let me help you wrap your mouth around the name of this medication first, and then I'll spill the tea so you can be in the know when you hear all about it from your friends, on social media, and on the news. I anticipate that it's going to be the Taylor Swift of medicines. All right, here we go. Retatrutide. 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 I have to practice it too. Every time new medicines come out, I have to say them a few times. Retatrutide. Retatrutide. Got it? All right. So this medicine targets not just the GLP-1 receptors like semaglutide, not just the GLP-1 and GIP receptors like tirzepatide, but the GLP, GIP, and also glucagon receptors, which is why it has the nickname triple G. When you hear people mention the word agonist, you can think of a key, and the receptor is the lock. The key fits into the lock and causes some reaction to happen, like a key fits into a lock and then opens the door. Retatrutide, the 3-in-1 metabolic receptor agonist, uses 3 keys to unlock 3 locks or receptors at the same time, and the results are stunning. For comparison, in 2007, the threshold for an obesity medication to be considered effective was to reach at least 5% weight loss in at least 35% of people who took the medication in any given study. In the Retatrutide study from the New England Journal of Medicine, 100% of the people studied who had overweight or the chronic disease of obesity without diabetes met that 5% threshold. In fact, the average weight loss was 24% in a little under a year. That's amazing. Until recently, we only saw numbers like this from bariatric surgery. Even more incredible, a quarter of the patients in the study lost 30% of their body weight or more when treated with the highest dose of Retatrutide. The success of these medications is eye-popping. They calm down food noise, which is a term we use to describe an unwelcome preoccupation with food, even when we're not hungry. These thoughts about food, eating, and calories can be relentless and intrusive. In my experience, not everyone with excess weight has unrelenting food noise, but for those who do, the medications are particularly life-changing. I know I used to have terrible food noise when I was in my teens and into my 20s, but thankfully that calmed down for me over the course of many years. It's amazing to be able to help people flip a switch on their food noise much faster with medication than we can do with behavioral modification of food noise triggers, which is about the only thing we had back then. Retatrutide, like the other highly effective weight loss meds, has several effects. It helps the body to release insulin when blood sugar is high. It helps the body remove extra sugar from the blood. It stops the liver from making and releasing too much sugar. It reduces the amount of food you eat. It slows down how quickly food leaves the stomach after we eat, creating more fullness. What I don't think most people fully understood until recently is how much our brains are involved in weight regulation. Excess weight is a metabolic endocrine, meaning hormonal, and I would also say a neurological disease. I've never heard anyone say it that way, but I do see it that way. Of course, there's also a bit of genetics and especially epigenetics involved, and there's a massive environmental contribution from our obesogenic food environment, as well as from stress, plastic exposure, and the changes in how we spend our leisure and work time, especially with the advent of the internet and smartphones. But the brain is the big news here. These medications are not only leading people to eat less, they're also changing people's relationships with food. We're finally doing a better job sharing the message that excess weight is much more about biology than willpower. In fact, I would argue that willpower is the least useful tool in my weight loss toolbox. I don't believe that thin people have more willpower than people carrying excess weight, and these medications have proved that point. I like to point out that we didn't collectively lose our willpower in the 1980s when people started rapidly gaining weight in this country. We can't hang the entire obesity epidemic on the big food industry, but they're certainly major contributors. And you'll notice that the timing of profound weight gain in this country correlated with the rise of ultra-processed foods. Now, before I tell you about the concerns people raised with me at this Women's Summer event today and my answers to those questions and concerns, let's listen to a quick word from our sponsor. Haha, just kidding. It's still me, Dr. Lisa Olson, founder of Smart Weight Loss Coaching. If you're as focused on your health as you are on the scale, you're my person. In my online program, we'll help you establish healthy habits for weight loss, better health, and longevity. For those of you who have looked at our website before, you'll be excited to see that you no longer have to commit to a 3-month program to join us. If you'd like to learn more about our affordable monthly membership, head over to smartweightlosscoaching.com. And we're back. Want to practice one more time? Retatrutide. Retatrutide. Yeah, that was really more for me than for you. You might be wondering when Retatrutide will hit the market. I'm wondering too. In my field, there's the sense that the FDA might approve it at any time, but others think it won't be until 2026. Stay tuned. I'll be sure to announce it in my newsletter, on Instagram, and on the podcast as soon as it's released. Now, let's walk through some questions I was asked today by people I met at my summer social event. These are such common questions and objections that I thought I'd share them with you all, even though we've discussed some of these before on the show. Important concerns are definitely worth revisiting. Number 1, doesn't weight loss medication have a lot of side effects? My answer is that many people do great on these, and most have only mild side effects that improve over time. In my experience, tirzepatide is better tolerated than semaglutide, but most people tolerate either one of them pretty well. The most common side effects are gastrointestinal, which can mean nausea, diarrhea, or constipation. Also fullness, bloating, burping, things like that. Rarely these are severe enough to require stopping the medication or to limit how high we can go on the dose. Here's another one that's more of an objection than a question, and it speaks to the ambivalence people have about taking medication for weight loss. Someone shared with me that she doesn't know if her insurance would cover medications for weight loss. There's good news, people. It's not hard to find out. Look at the member services number on your insurance card and give them a call. Simply ask which weight loss medications are covered, and then you'll know. As of late May 2025, 36% of employers cover the GLP-1 medications or the GLP-GIP meds for excess weight and diabetes. That number is far too low, but it's growing over time. Unfortunately, Medicare and Medicaid don't cover these medicines, as of June 2025, which is when I'm recording this. Okay, here's another question. Don't you have to keep taking these medications or they stop working? Yes, 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 and yes. I know it's a drag, but we've made our peace with this concept for other health conditions a long time ago. We don't cure most common diseases, we manage them. Think about high blood pressure. If your doctor put you on medication for hypertension and your blood pressure improved, you know you wouldn't be stopping your medication, right? If you stop it, your blood pressure goes back up. Ditto for medications that lower your cholesterol or your blood sugar. All of these are chronic conditions that require chronic treatment, just like excess weight. Here's another objection, which I've never heard before the new highly effective weight loss meds became available. Occasionally, people say that they're worried they'll lose the weight too easily and won't be forced to develop healthy habits. This is a fascinating objection, and it's actually got some validity to it. These meds lead to such a decrease in food consumption that it's possible to eat poorly and to lose weight anyway. Here's some data to help you process this concern. First of all, according to research published in March 2025, people taking GLP-1 agonists are eating more fruit, more leafy greens, and they're drinking more water. They also eat fewer ultra-processed foods, consume fewer sugar-sweetened drinks, eat less beef, and fewer refined grains like those used to make white bread or baked goods. In other words, people are making some healthier choices when they're taking the GLP-1 based medications. Why is that? Actually, we don't know for sure, but I have a hypothesis. You might have heard me call the people in my program Smarties. It's silly, but it's a little bit of a love name that I landed on for two reasons. Reason number one is that the name of my program is called Smart Weight Loss Coaching, so it seemed kind of cute to call the people in it Smarties for smart weight loss. Reason two is that the women in my program are smart. I mean, it's not a newsflash to them that eating more fruit and leafy greens is a good idea, and so is drinking fewer sugar-sweetened beverages and eating fewer ultra-processed foods. Everyone I work with could get 100% on a test where I ask if certain foods would be considered generally helpful or harmful when it comes to weight loss. People know. So my hypothesis is that the newer weight loss medications calm down food desire enough that we have time to make the decisions we already know would be helpful. Is it perfect? No. We didn't find that people intuitively eat more vegetables, but we eat a lot better when there's less urgency to our eating. People can listen to their own inner wisdom, and they often report making smarter decisions around food quality as well as food quantity. I do occasionally see people lose weight without making healthier food choices instinctively, and that's one of several reasons why a consensus statement was just released by 4 important organizations recommending that people continue to work on habit change and lifestyle modification in a supportive program while taking these meds. This gets to my second point about people worrying that they'll lose weight too quickly before they have a chance to develop healthy habits. It's a legitimate concern because we want to maximize health as we minimize excess weight. Regular touch points with an expert reviewing various aspects of healthy habits makes a difference. A consensus guideline was published in the American Journal of Lifestyle Medicine in May 2025. This advisory was co-created between the American College of Lifestyle Medicine, the American Society for Nutrition, the Obesity Society, and the Obesity Medicine Association. They recommend communication options for delivering behavioral modification support that include online programs like mine. Regular review of healthy nutrition concepts to minimize nutrient deficiencies is recommended, as is guidance on adequate protein intake and resistance training to prevent muscle loss and sarcopenia, as we discussed back in episode 105. And also we want to prevent loss of bone density. Basically, we can all benefit from a regular review of how specifically we should take care of ourselves if we want to live healthier, longer, and increase our health span as we decrease our weight. This is going to be even more important as the food industry starts coming out with smaller portion meals geared toward those on GLP-1 agonists. I'll be reading the ingredient label of those foods with the people in my program because diet foods aren't necessarily doing you any favors. I love an opportunity to answer people's questions about weight in general and also about weight loss medications. That triple G receptor med, Retatrutide, is going to move fast. If you're going to be taking that when it becomes available, or if you're on a single or double receptor agonist med like Ozempic, Wegovy, or Zepbound, you'll need to be serious about getting weekly support from some kind of program. The research suggests it really matters. Now, do you have an NBA for today? A next best action? If you've been considering trying a weight loss medication, maybe this week you'll make an appointment with your doctor to discuss Zepbound or other options. Or maybe you're on a weight loss medication, but you're not in an intensive lifestyle modification program. In that case, perhaps today's the day you get that all set up for yourself. And if you're not on medication because you don't qualify for it, or you're not ready or able to get it, take heart. Lifestyle modification is definitely worth the investment of time and energy for all of us who care about both weight management and better health. Thanks so much for listening. If you'd like more support during your smart weight loss journey, check out our group coaching program at smartweightlosscoaching.com. Until next time, stay well and stay smart.